Next on Worcester News Tonight, a Worcester couple speaking out after dealing with a mold issue in their home for years. Plus, patients and doctors react to the FDA's approval of a new drug treating cystic fibrosis. Good evening and thank you for joining us. I'm Anna Botari. Another warm fall afternoon, not a bad way to kick off the weekend. But will these temperatures stick around? Let's get a first check of our local forecast with meteorologist Pamela Gardner.
Hey there, good evening. I'm meteorologist Pamela Gardner. Well, we have some heavy rain heading our way, but not until Sunday. The second half of the weekend will be soggier than the first half. But here across Worcester County, we have a chance for rain, especially overnight tonight. Very few and far between with those showers, and most of us will stay dry. But this is the massive rain that will move in for Sunday. More about that timing in just a bit. This evening, light and variable breeze, beautiful temperatures. We're in the upper 50s through 7 o'clock, low 50s, 9 o'clock and 11, and some showers head in across the northern areas for late tonight. After, say, 9 o'clock, 11:30, here's a snapshot with our exclusive in-house forecast model. Temperatures down into the 50s, and those showers quickly push through Worcester County. And then after midnight, we'll slowly see those showers move out. And by tomorrow afternoon, a beautiful day. Showers overnight tonight, so those are the headlines, plus a 50-50 weekend. I'll show you the rain timing for Sunday in your 10-day.
A Worcester couple is trying to deal with a mold issue in their condo. They say it's been a problem for years. With no resolution in sight, they're demanding action from the property manager. Our Olivia Lemon joins us in studio with more. Olivia?
Anna, Nancy Jacobs and Thomas Bull have filed a 93A claim against the Board of Trustees at their condo. Nancy has asthma and says her symptoms are getting worse because of the conditions in their home. Nancy Jacobs and Tom Bowles are demanding immediate action to remove mold in their condo, or $125,000 to have their contractor fix the damage.
Take the sheathing off, strip it down to the studs, mediate any mold, which has to be done by law.
The Worcester couple has lived in their Moreland Hills condo since 1987. Jacob says almost 3 years ago she started smelling mold. The property manager had workers repairing bedroom windows when she first noticed it.
He was taking this molding off a window, and I looked and I saw this black underneath, and he came up and I said, "Is that mold?" And he said, "Yes."
In a claim filed against the condo's Board of Trustees, Jacob says the carpenter told her to contact the Board of Health because the mold was so bad. Jacobs contacted the city and hired their own contractor to look at the damage.
I've been installing vinyl windows for quite a number of years. Vinyl windows don't leak. What's around the vinyl window, which would be the existing frame and exterior trim work that they applied, are the issues.
The city's Department of Inspection Services ordered the board to correct violations they discovered in an inspection. Jacobs and Bowles says the workers the board sent out were not equipped with tools to fix the damage.
They called their boss basically and said, "We can't do this because we don't have enough material." Put the siding back on and left.
In a statement, the property manager, Salisbury Management, says in part, they have at all times endeavored to diligently respond to the various complaints and concerns raised by Ms. Jacobs and Mr. Bowles over the course of their residency at the condominium. This is the third claim Jacobs and Bowles have filed. They hope it will get the attention of the board and management. Otherwise, they will be bringing the case to housing court.
Where do we go from here? It's just not right. People need to start doing the right thing.
The board was issued the 93A on October 7. They have 30 days to make a reasonable offer. Bowles and Jacobs says they still have not heard back. In the studio, Olivia Lemon, Worcester News Tonight.
An Auburn man is facing new charges in an animal cruelty case. The Worcester County District Attorney's Office says Eric Hannon was arraigned last week on charges of animal cruelty. Police say new evidence shows the 27-year-old left his dog chained up to starve to death. Hannon was charged with animal cruelty in October of 2018 when police found the remains of his dog tied to a pole in the basement of an abandoned home. Hannon is due back in court December 4th. A laptop fire causes a vocational technical high school to take extra precautions. Monty Tech in Fitchburg is taking back all students' Chromebooks following an incident earlier this week. The school had provided one to all students for free. The move was made after a student's laptop caught on fire inside their backpack on the bus ride to school. The Sterling Fire Department says there was a failure inside the battery, causing it to ignite. The school reached out to the Chromebooks maker HP, who's investigating. District 7 firefighters facing real-life scenarios during a training at Wyman Gordon in Grafton Friday. The group, along with firefighters from across New England, are learning how to respond to a number of vehicle crashes. Chandler Walsh has more.
This is the largest scale training District 7 has ever done, and it took a year of planning. Firefighters are doing extrications on dozens of different crash scenarios.
But if I break plastic, I can see that beam there.
Firefighters get to work cutting open a vehicle involved in a crash. There are 48 scenarios like this set up for District 7 Fire to train on.
We try to make it as realistic as we possibly can, what we deal with here in central Massachusetts. A lot of road construction. You'll see vehicles in between Jersey barriers. You'll see vehicles up on top of Jersey barriers.
The training is broken up into two sections, stabilization and cutting. The scenes show all types of crashes with small, large, and commercial vehicles, from boats and buses on cars to cars and barriers. Sutton Fire Chief and District 7 Chairman Matt Belcito says crews need to stabilize vehicles before doing anything else.
That's the number one priority, is to make the scene safe.
Another group worked on cutting. It's a skill needed to free any trapped passengers. District 7 created the setups based on real accidents. District Chief Robin Dresser says one reminded him of a crash he responded to on 146 in Sutton.
One I can remember was a minivan that was rolled over and wrapped up within the guardrail, and the passenger thankfully had very minor injuries but was really stuck within the vehicle.
Firematics supplied all of the tools.
Really want to make sure the guys know how to use, the firefighters know how to use the stuff correctly and safely. So this is very important to us.
About 100 firefighters participated from various levels, either learning new skills or improving them.
The biggest thing is learning as technology changes, whether it's on the rescue tool side of things or on the manufacturer vehicle side of things, we got to stay up and current.
More than 100 firefighters from multiple states will be here again on Saturday. District 7 says it's preparing their teams to be the best they can at their jobs. In Grafton, Chandler Walsh, Worcester News Tonight.
A powerful image caught on camera in Milford. A firefighter carries an American flag out of a burning home. The fire destroyed the house on East Street Wednesday. The Marine veteran saw the flag through a window and went back into the flames to get it. A heroic rescue, now a moment one family will cherish forever.
That they were able to save that, to save our flag in the window, to stop the fire so it didn't destroy his father's flag.
Miraculously, firefighters were also able to rescue another flag, which was in memory of the homeowner's father. The FDA has approved a new drug to treat cystic fibrosis. Patients who have battled the disease, as well as doctors who treat it, are calling the drug a game changer. Our Gretchen LaRosa has more.
The main organ that it affects is your lungs. There's no cure, unfortunately, yet.
At 4 days old, Dan Foley was diagnosed with cystic fibrosis.
The doctors couldn't tell my parents whether I was going to live 6 days, 6 months, or 6 years. So, every day was a bonus.
Cystic fibrosis, or CF, is a disease which doctors say can be life-threatening.
As a result, you have progressive lung deterioration, recurrent infections, and significantly shortens your life.
Foley, now 70 years old, says living with the disease is time-consuming. He has to take a number of medications and perform different exercises daily in order to maintain his health.
It's really become a full-time job in just taking care of myself.
This week, the FDA approved a new drug from Vertex Pharmaceutical Company called Trikafta. Doctors say it could be a game changer for people living with CF.
We're talking about improvements of 10 to 15% in their lung function, which in CF, you don't really expect improvements. You expect decline as, infections and everything set in.
Doctors say this drug is what they've been looking for to treat CF patients. but research still has a way to go.
The cure is still out there, but this is a great treatment, and it really has remarkable effects for patients.
Foley credits taking his doctor's orders for beating the odds.
I've had a good run. I work hard at it. I mean, it's not easy.
Now, doctors say they've been waiting for this drug to come out for years, and in a few short weeks, they'll finally be able to prescribe it to patients. In Worcester, Gretchen LaRosa, Worcester News Tonight.
A new study out of UMass Memorial reveals school-age children are more likely to suffer skull and facial fractures while participating in snow sports like sledding and skiing. Doctors studied data from 845 hospital admissions for snow sport injuries in children and adolescents from 2009 to 2012. The data showed the injuries regularly occurred when a helmet wasn't being worn. The study is co-authored by 5 UMass doctors, including Dr. Jeremy Aidlin, chief of the Division of Pediatric Surgery.
The heads of our youngest kids aren't necessarily softer, but they are certainly more vulnerable to injury. They represent a larger surface area, relative to the patient. So there's more there to injure. They also tend to be a little bit more top heavy. If you imagine your toddler kind of tumbling over.
The study's findings will be presented on Sunday in New Orleans at the American Academy of Pediatrics Conference. Big Y makes a large donation to the American Red Cross disaster relief efforts for Hurricane Dorian. The supermarket chain presented a $30,000 check to the Red Cross at the May Street store in Worcester. The donation will be distributed to both the Massachusetts and Connecticut American Red Cross chapters in support of the ongoing relief efforts in the Bahamas and the Southeast United States. The money was collected in September from community members and Big Y employees.
All of its Massachusetts stores and all of its Connecticut stores participate. And the customers really seem to trust that the Red Cross is going to do its work and fulfill its mission. And they're just so generous every single time. We're amazed and we're blessed.
It's important for the community and our employees. Everyone contributes. We set up the canisters throughout the registers and ask everyone to donate from September 11th to September 22nd. So it was 11 days, and we raised that kind of money, which was really good for everyone, the community and the employees and the customers.
Hurricane Dorian made landfall in early September as the worst tropical cyclone on record to strike the Bahamas and the largest natural disaster in the country's history.